to the show. H-bomb in the lab, cook it, feel on screen. Zesty vibes loud, turn cringe to a meme. All your filters off, it's a wild reveal. One edit from me and the fiction gets real. Zesty Phil.
I noticed some of you have not subscribed to our channel yet. Please remember to hit that subscribe button if you like our videos.
Play that tape.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been talking about this for weeks. Finally, this happened. Kick, which just instituted Kicks to support streamers, finally has integrated Kicks with other services. I can now have different levels of pop-ups for Kicks. I can now track Kicks in my actual, queue for support. So now finally, properly, if you send me some Kicks of 100 or more, I can give you a shout out properly. I won't miss it. And I'll be able to have all different levels of animations. I added new animations for this month. Most of the animations are returning ones from classic gaming, but I have 2 special autumn-themed animations for you. First of all, if you do a super chat that's below $5, there's a random chance that you'll see one of them. And then the other one is for anyone who contributes $5, whether it's a $5 tip, a $5 super chat, or 500 kicks. There is a new animation. You have never seen it yet. And that one will play. So, good new stuff updated. Question, I want to see if this works or not. So last year, I bought this little guy. Cute, isn't he? Little mini turkey. I think he looks awesome. He looks much better on camera this year because my camera is actually good quality. Last year, my camera was ass. Now, he gobbles. But last year, you guys couldn't hear it because my mic filters were all kinds of strict and messed up. Can you hear the turkey this year? Let's find out. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Did you hear the gobble? I don't know if you could hear it or not. Let me know. Hopefully you could hear it. You can hear it. You can hear it this year. Dude, I was so disappointed last year when you guys couldn't hear it. Sweet. All right. So it only took me a year to fix. All right, cool. So, we got a turkey gobbler here in the background. I'll probably use him from time to time to do some gobbling on the stream. Let's do it right now. Let's get our first kick of the month. 100 kicks or more. So here's the deal. Because kicks now show up in all of the regular software that I use for pop-ups, okay? I have now set up tons of categories. 100 kicks, 500 kicks, 1,000 kicks, 2,000 kicks, 5,000 kicks, 10,000 kicks, I think 20,000 kicks, and 50,000 kicks. I have pop-ups for all of those. Yes, I do. So, if you contribute with kicks, you're going to get a pop-up message on the screen with an animation and sound effect. All right? And I'll be able to shout it out immediately because it actually tracks it in my leaderboard. I won't be missing the kicks like I have been over the last month, which has been very frustrating. Okay? Let's go. Let's go. Let's get some kicks today so we can see this in action. And I actually want to test the leaderboard because there's no way to test it until someone actually contributes with kicks. So let's get our first kicks of the month right now today on the podcast. All right? Cool. Now, so more of that today. And then tonight on the late stream, it is Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, which was a shockingly surprise hit. When I played Mortal Kombat back on Thursday, views were sky high, support was sky high, energy was sky high. People loved me taking on the insanely difficult AI of the game. And by the way, now that this game's been out for a few days, you want to know what's been discovered? The settings don't work. When you play against the AI in arcade mode like I've been doing, you face the hardest difficulty no matter what. Like people who discovered this, they were testing it. They were like, no matter what setting you have, it's always like super hard. So that's why I was whipping my ass so badly, even though I had it on medium. I could have put it on the hardest. It would have played exactly the same. It's a glitch. They haven't. This game, I told you, when they make these collections, they put almost no effort into them. Digital Eclipse basically is a hack job company. They just crash shit together and it doesn't even work. People complain so much they already have a hot fix out for the game because there was audio glitches, input glitches, all kinds of shit going on with the game. But that was one of the things they actually discovered is that it's just gruelingly hard to play Arcade Ladder. So you guys loved seeing me take on Arcade Ladder on Thursday, and man did it whoop my ass. So I'm down for more of that tonight. I want to beat Mortal Kombat Trilogy, which we're in the midst of. I want to take on other games. It's going to be great. All right, so I hope you guys will join me tonight on the late stream around 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Because, ladies and gentlemen, the clocks have changed here in the United States. All of our clocks went back an hour, meaning I started an hour later today. Now, I'm curious how this will affect attendance if people are going to be here and be like, oh, Phil's not streaming today, and then leave, even though I am streaming today. I don't know. But, I definitely enjoyed the extra hour of sleep. It was very much appreciated. In fact, I'll be honest, I woke up this morning, I felt better. I was like, I don't feel like tired or, this is good. I feel refreshed today. It's funny what an extra hour of sleep will do, For this month, it's all about the turkeys. When it comes to American Thanksgiving, it's a staple of our holiday. And that's why you're going to see turkeys up, down, left, and right, every direction you look. Turkeys. All building up to Turkey Day, which is Thursday the 27th of the month. I don't know what I'm doing on Thanksgiving yet when it comes to streaming. Like, I know for a fact my wife will be making a whole bunch of food for us, and she's told me, stay out of the kitchen. When I'm cooking, I don't want you messing with all this meal. I want to work on it alone. So I think I might do one stream on Thanksgiving just to get myself out of trouble. And yeah, keep myself occupied while she's making our amazing Thanksgiving dinner. What will it be? I have absolutely no idea. Let's talk about Halloween. All right, first off, if you saw my costume, I think some people really liked it. And some people, of course, hate on it because they're haters. I mean, that's why they're called haters. In general, I think people liked it. It was Sub-Zero, but the original Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat 1. There's been many iterations of Sub-Zero over the years. Various different changes there is. Here I am, and I am in two other colors as Scorpion and Rain, basically. But yeah, that was me on Halloween. And people seem to like the outfit, all right, which I'm happy with. That was the outfit. That was a few different things I had to put together. There was the original outfit I bought. I hated the mask. It was a piece of garbage falling off my face and didn't even cover my neck. So I bought another mask, and the mask didn't really match color-wise, but I figured if I used the blue lighting all day, you wouldn't be able to tell, and I was right. Having the blue lighting on behind me, you couldn't tell the mask and the outfit weren't the same color. I got the cosplay ninja weapon set. And that seemed to be cool, too, for a few poses and things that I did. But, there's only so much you could do. It's not like I'd actually throw ice or anything, which would have been cool. But, I'm not a mutant, so I couldn't really do that. But I think people liked it in general. All right, people seem to enjoy the outfit, at least on the streams, because, that's all I care about. I don't care about the peanut gallery of toxic negative haters that are out there. They say my outfit sucks every year no matter what I wear. The years that I did the most elaborate outfits, like the Ezio Auditore year, where I had the freaking cosplay outfit that was super expensive, they said that sucked too. So I don't really care when they criticize my outfit, because I know that I put effort in, and people on the stream liked it, so I don't give a shit. That's simple. So, marathon-wise, how did it go down? How did it go? All right. 8 games were nominated. We literally played all 8 games. All right, and if you haven't seen the footage yet, it is live on the channel here. Although, admittedly, I forgot, when I'm streaming all day, I totally forgot to put the Halloween playlist on my channel page. So the videos were live, but not the playlist. Like, you could find the playlist, but it wasn't here. Right now, I finally added it to my main channel page. So it's 8 gameplay videos plus their big reveal video where I showed the outfit for like an hour and we hung out. So give it a look if you haven't seen it yet. We played so many different games, including the Mortuary's Assisting. SCP Containment Breach, Poppy's Playtime, Left 4 Dead 2, No, I'm Not a Human. What was this one called? Project Zomboid, Clover Pit, and My Side. Now, in regards to all those games, by the way, I got distracted. Bobby Padlock, thank you for a sub. I totally got distracted. Thank you, Bobby Padlock. Let me get the first sub of the month up on the leaderboard here. And let me say this, okay? Again, if you are someone watching on Kick, please support the stream today. All right? We need to basically catch up with how things were going on Kick before. Before I had tons of subs. All right? I did. And we had the Kicks going. And in the last week, we saw a distinct decline in Kick support. I don't know why. Nothing has changed. If anything, I added features to Kick that you guys should have liked, and for some reason the support dwindled. I don't know why. I want to get that support back. All right, today, tomorrow, 2 important days for that. So please support the stream today. Let's get some subs going, and please let's get some kicks going. Like I said, we got kick animations now added, and I want to test them. I want to see if they're working, and I want to see if the leaderboard works. But we need someone to do 100 kicks or more to test them. Okay? Okay. And no, I don't mean I had a bunch of kick subs a long time ago. I had them like 2 weeks ago, not even. So that's what I'm talking about. Don't be stupid. Okay. So, here's the thing. We play these 8 games, right? And the thing is, when I do a marathon like this, particularly when I'm playing games that I've never played before, you never know how it's gonna go. You don't know if you're gonna like a game or dislike a game. You just, and the thing is, for me, trying out all these different games, right? There were some games I totally thought were gonna be like slam dunk wins, and they were horrible. And there were some games that I thought were gonna be horrible, and they were actually really good. So case in point, the Mortuary Assistant on Steam, when you watch the trailer for this game, it seems like it's incredibly scary, right? Because the trailer is highlighting these jump scares and things that happen in the game that build the horror. When you actually play the game, you realize that's not the gameplay of the game, that those jump scares are in between insanely tedious, bland, point-and-click style gameplay, cumbersome menus, boring things you're supposed to be doing, like just boring shit, seriously. It wasn't fun. It was like, I want to see the jump scares, but dude, this is so fucking annoying to even get to them. And it really felt to me like it was a massively outdated game. Like the game, at one point maybe it was a good idea, but they didn't really polish it or anything. And it was, then we got to a point where it's like, oh, cut the body open. Well, I can't do that. That's ultra-realistic gore. YouTube doesn't allow monetization of ultra-realistic violence. If you're chopping up a zombie, right, that's trying to kill you and you chop its head off, that's allowed. If you're looking at a real dead body and you start ripping pieces out of it, that's not allowed on YouTube. So they would have demonetized me, so I couldn't even play past that point. I was fine. What do you want me to do? Okay? Then, so honestly, that game wasn't very good. I thought it was going to be great because, again, the trailer made it look very scary. When you actually play the game, it's really not scary at all. It's quite boring. Okay? The flip side of that, my side, so this is the game where it's like a virtual pet style, like avatar anime girl supposed to be like in your phone in a mobile game. And every day you like do activities with her or whatever. Well, then you get sucked into the game. And the premise is interesting, but I'm like, yeah, but is this really going to work? It kind of does. We played it for about 45 minutes, and it very much felt like Doki Doki Literature Club, where it starts off with one premise, but as you play further in, it's getting creepier and creepier. It got to the point where it seemed like there was going to be a big split or a big reveal, and that the girl was going to finally start to, like, kill ya, or try to kill ya, and then the demo ended. I was like, oh, it's such a tease. Like, hey, like, totally, I'm not even kidding. That kind of makes me want to get the game. Like, no lie, the tease of playing the demo, getting to the good part, and then, oh, it ended. Like, oh my God, I mean, they did that 100% right. They absolutely did. Because it's right there at the good part. Like, now I'm very frustrated, okay? So, that one ended up being shockingly good. I seriously liked it. And I would consider playing it in the future if people really wanted it. Poppy Playtime. I knew nothing about this game at all. Dude, it was seriously good. The graphics, the story element, the puzzle element, the creepiness factor, it was a really good game. Although we only played the first free chapter, which is, again, only like 30 to 40 minutes long. Apparently, future chapters that you actually have to pay for are actually, like, much more involved. Like, they're much longer and stuff like that. All right, now wait a minute. Pavlov's dog did 100 kicks. But my service isn't updating. Are you kidding me? Let me get Pavlov's dog on the leaderboard. It doesn't seem to work. Are you telling me that after all this and I set all this shit up, the service doesn't work? That's really gonna piss me off. And now we got C. Murdo who did 100. Yeah, apparently that doesn't work. Are you effing kidding me? Sucks there was no way to test it. See what I mean? There was no way to test it until someone actually started sending them. You can't test them because the test service works. Yeah, this pisses me off. Thank you guys for the kicks. I appreciate it. What's the point of a leaderboard if the leaderboard doesn't fucking work? Like I said, they just added it over the weekend. I noticed it yesterday, okay, when I was setting up for today's streams that had been added. Yeah, look, I haven't checked subs. Gifted subs and kicks are all checked. They should be working. Apparently, it doesn't work. And the funny part is, we know that subs work because the sub notifications have been working. The Bobby Padlock one did pop up, so we know the subs are working. So, they don't know what they're doing. Well, that really sucks. Well, I apologize, guys. I wonder if they're going to get their act together and if they're going to start working or not. Because I set it all up. I was ready to go. I literally set up like 10 different animations, and I guess they don't work. Frustration because it's something that I can't control. I hate it when something goes wrong, and it's absolutely nothing that I can control. Like, your kicks are not showing up in my actual queue for income. They're supposed to. It even has it checked off to show, and it's not showing up. So it means that they broke it, and they don't know what they're doing. Here, let me show you. Because I have animations. I'll actually manually play an animation for you guys. Oh my god, the page won't load. Maybe this is the problem. Whoa, it is loading insanely slowly. Jeez, that was terrible. Like, that took forever to load. So how much you want to bet that's the problem is that their service is all effed up. So anyway, here's what it was supposed to look like. For your kicks, ready? It's a nice autumn scene with the sound of someone walking on autumn leaves. That's what was supposed to play for each of your kicks. And it didn't work because they effed it all up. Again, not me, it's the service. The service apparently doesn't work. I don't know what to say. So that's for 100 kicks. Like I said, there's different ones for 500, 1,000. You know, I guess I can manually play them. That's the best I can do. Much like when you guys tip, I manually play. So I guess I can manually play the animations. That's the best I can do for now. It sucks, and now I have no cue to track it, so I have to catch it in the chat or else I can't even, like, shout it out. This sucks ass. Okay. Wait a minute, are you saying they were fake? Hold on a second, people are saying they weren't real kicks, and I got fooled. Oh, Riz, that what happened? Okay, hold on a second. Did I get fooled? No, they're real. No, they were real. That's nonsense, they're actually real. Pavlov's dog, that actually were real kicks, yeah. Because someone was fooling me the other day. They were doing the fake thing in the chat. No, that was real. Yeah. Thick and Natty also did 100, right? These are all correct, right? I gotta double check this. Let me make sure. Let me load the page here. Yeah, Kick and Natty. And C Murda did 100 kicks. Thank you guys. Yes, these are all real. Sorry that it doesn't work. So again, this is the service that I use for pop-ups. This is the same service I use for YouTube for tips. Well, it doesn't work right now with Kick, even though it claims it did and it showed the integration and everything. Apparently, it doesn't work. So what I'll do is I'll leave it in there. Eventually, I feel like it should work. Okay, it will at some point work. So we'll see. They just have to fix the connection. They probably have no idea what it is. They probably didn't test it. I couldn't test it until you guys actually sent kicks, because I tested it with the test animation, and the test animation works. but the actual testing to see if it would work when you sent contributions, I couldn't do until someone sent the contribution. So, and by the way, Pavlov's dog is 2 Gs, so. Okay, so I'm sorry about that. Here's what I'll do. Here's what I'll commit to. If you guys send a significant amount of kicks, alright, I will play you the animations manually just like I do with tips. Alright? So if I get, 500 kicks, 1,000 kicks, 2,000 kicks, 5,000 kicks, if I get a ton of kicks, I will play the animations that I set up. I mean, I put effort into setting this shit up. I want you guys to get credit, okay? And I apologize that it didn't work earlier, alright? I will manually play them, just like I do with the other stuff. So guys, if someone sends kicks, for real, let me know, please. No leaves for 100. No, I'll play the leaves. I'll play it again if you want, just if we just saw it. Kickin' Natty just did a whole bunch of gifted subs. Thank you, Kickin' Natty. So as you can see, it does work, see? It's just that the service isn't reading the kicks. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so thank you, Kickin' Natty. Thanks for the early support, everybody. I really appreciate that, Kickin' Natty. Like I said, we have had a big slowdown on Kick recently, and I don't know what's caused it. Thank you for getting support started there. And again, I will shout out manually kicks that come in, and I will manually play animations for you guys. Alright? So again, just to show you, this is the animation that I set up for 100 kicks. Mind you, the chest animation always says Kevin for some reason. There you go. But there's more. There's one for 500 kicks, 1,000. Here, I'll read these off. 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, and 50,000. All different levels of animations I set up, and some of them are really cool, but... Oh, by the way, so for a $5 contribution, whether that's 500 kicks, a $5 tip, or a $5 super chat, I have a Thanksgiving month themed animation. So if you want to see something really cool that I set up, do a $5 contribution anywhere. $5 on YouTube, $5 tip, or 500 kicks, and you can see that animation, okay? Cool. Now, there was also a huge dud, and to be honest, I don't really care, but just to address it, Project Zomboid, alright? That game sucks. Now, I know it has a huge, rabid cult fan base on the internet. Because people are saying, oh, it's like The Sims combined with zombie survival horror, and the devs are a tiny indie game team, and they worked hard on this game, and they worked with the community over the years to improve it. That's all well and good. But that doesn't make the game good to a common person who's just going to jump in, especially during a marathon where you know this is going to be one of 8 games played. Alright? The game is bad. When you boot the game, you can't read anything on the fucking screen because in the 10 years the game has been in early access, they never thought to scale the UI when you change the resolution. That's like the first thing you fucking do when you make a game, but they didn't figure that out yet. In 10 years, no one thought this is an issue. So I couldn't even read the fucking text of the game while I was trying to play it. It took us like 20 minutes to even get it set up to the point where it was visible and I could do anything. Then when I tried to play it, I realized this game is the biggest, slowest slog. Like maybe if you focus on this game and you put a lot of time and effort into it, you'll like it. For a game that I'm playing during a marathon, okay, it's never going to be a game that's going to be successful because it's not easily able to jump into, okay? The way I see it, I think it was purposefully suggested for 2 reasons. Because people know it has a rabid, as they say, cult fan base that defend the living shit out of the game no matter what. And also people knew there was absolutely no way that in a marathon setting I was going to be able to enjoy this game, that it was just going to be boring and I was going to complain and then I'd move on and everyone would laugh and yell and ha. So, good for you. But I don't really care. I don't care if people liked the game and are mad at me because I didn't like it. It doesn't fit the format of a marathon like I played. Very well, maybe if I did invest a ton of time into this game and I learned all the nuances of it, I would like it. But for me, that's just not my style of game, and it certainly didn't fit into the marathon's theme of fast-paced horror games that were going to be fun to learn and jump into right away. Again, Poppy Playtime was absolutely perfect for the marathon. My side was absolutely perfect for the marathon. Project Zomboid was probably the worst possible game you could have picked for the marathon. But that's the beauty of a marathon, is that because there's so many games in it, 8 games, I have the opportunity to play a variety of them, and some of them will work and some of them won't, and that's the whole point. Not every game had to work and resonate and be great, because guess what? we had 8 of them, and we had to get through them all anyway, so we kept moving, and the marathon overall was great. Like, I would say, Left 4 Dead 2, I would love to play again, but this time set it up properly so the graphics are working right, the audio is the right level because it was not. Just turn off the voice jazz so idiots can't join and talk shit. Just tweak it a bit and fix it, because, I was trying to play it for the first time and nothing was adjusted. And I'll also say this, overall attendance was pretty good. Not amazing, but it was still pretty good. We had a good crowd all day long, no matter what I was playing. Support was good. Now, here's the thing. I want to make something abundantly clear. Oh, by the way, what am I doing? Shocks1989, thank you for 5 gifted subs on Kick. I don't know why I didn't shout that out immediately. I totally should have. Thank you so much, Shocks. Then I'll get us up to $62 of support. Thank you. We're already over a third of the way to our goal for today, and I appreciate that, okay? Alright, so, here's the deal with the marathon, right? Here's what's actually been going on that I feel is actually a positive thing. In the last year, support for my regular streams has skyrocketed. What do I mean by that? I mean that I'm regularly hitting my goals now. Like, it's actually more of a rarity that I don't hit a support goal than that I do. And it didn't used to be like that. Alright, it used to be, wow, it's rare if I actually hit the full goal. And because of that, things were tighter. I couldn't afford to just buy a whole bunch of games on a whim whenever I wanted to. I couldn't buy a new accessory or thing that I needed for my setup, right? I couldn't do the things I needed to do and have the financial freedom because I just wasn't making enough to do that. Now I am. Alright, and again, thank you so much. If ever there was a time, a month to say thank you, it's Thanksgiving month here in the United States. Thank you all for doing this for me, for doing this very positive thing for me and my family in the last year and upping the levels of support. You guys are amazing, alright? So here's the thing. Because my normal streams are doing so well, regularly, we're hitting goals, we're doing multiple DSP tries into the week at this point, right? Now when I do a marathon, okay, it's just not that big of a deal. And what do I mean by that? Well, it used to be, Phil streams every day and he does okay, but he doesn't hit his goals all the time. But then when he does a marathon, that's the time when there's rallying. And Phil will usually have a giant goal set for a marathon. He'll be saying he's trying to hit $1,000 today or $2,000 today for some reason. And then his viewers will rally and support him and he'll hit and crush the goals and, oh my God, it's a celebration, right? Well, now, I do marathons every month. I didn't used to do that. I literally do a marathon every month now, right? It's a fun celebratory event for sure, it is. But at the same time, it's not like it used to be. You guys are supporting me so well all the time that it's not a big deal to get insane goals and rallied support when I'm doing a marathon. Like, for example, on Friday, did regulars come by and support? Yes, they did. But did they all come by and support? No. Some regulars were missing, and that's okay, because they're coming by during my regular streams to support my content anyway. So why do I care if they showed up for the marathon if I'm already well supported on the streams? I don't. There was a time when things weren't so good, and those marathons were like key things for me in my business that please let this marathon go well with support so that I can, make ends meet and maybe we can hit this goal and do something special. But it's not like that anymore. Now I just give you a marathon every month regardless of the fact if we hit goals or not. We just do it anyway. Okay? And it's different. It just is. It's different. But the thing is, don't tell that to my detractors because they don't understand it. They're stupid. And to them, they look at a marathon like Friday and they'll actually say something this dumb. Ready? They'll say, Phil only made over $600 on his marathon on Friday. What a win for us. Well, first off, you have to understand how stupid they are for saying that because guess what? I didn't just make $600. I made $600 of live stream support. I made KCIP income for people watching me on Kick. I made ad revenue for people watching me on YouTube. And all the videos also give you residuals for that marathon. So even though you may think you only made $600, well, that was $600 of crowdfunding support that day, but there was actually a lot more that was made behind the scenes that no one will know about, okay? But in addition, you have to take a look and look at the week streams. I'm doing really good. The day before, for Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, I hit 3 goals. Earlier in the week, I was hitting multiple goals from multiple streams. Now, admittedly, there was a couple streams that were on the slower side as well, But overall, I'm doing way better than I had been previous. So it's just hilarious because I think what it is people are in this mentality that when filled as a marathon, people have to absolutely show up and rally thousands of dollars of support, and if not, the marathon's a failure. It couldn't be further from the truth. It used to be the marathon was my desperate attempts to raise funds. Now the marathon is literally just a celebration of success. I'm already doing well, so let's just have a good time together. I'll dress up in a silly costume, we'll play the horror games you guys want to see me play. It doesn't matter how much I actually raise during the marathon because I'm already doing good. But that's something that detractors won't get through their heads because they have to spin the narrative that I'm always failing, I'm always losing, I'm always broke. They have no fucking clue what they're talking about because they're all genuinely jealous. They wish they were me. They're pissed that I'm still successful, despite the fact that now it's been, over half a year since the Kino Casino stuff. I'm well removed from those jokers, and I'm still doing great. In fact, it was hilarious because the other day someone came on the stream and was starting to freak out. They were like, you never had any success until Kino Casino. You never, just regular streams weren't doing well. You weren't hitting your goals. I'm like, so it's almost like I engineered an event where I would collaborate with people who were going to be my detractors, and I knew it. I worked over their audience. I got exposed to a wider audience in a positive light for the first time in many years. I gained extra support from myself, which is all I ever wanted. With that extra support, I then was able to upgrade my setup. And then, as soon as I didn't need them anymore because I knew they were toxic douchebags who were going to fucking ruin everything for everyone, I cut the cord. I dumped them, and I flushed them like a dirty fucking turd, and now I'm doing well for myself, far removed from their toxic bullshit. It's almost like I robbed the casino just like I said I did, and I'm winning. And you can't cope. So you see, then you're angry. All you see is Marathon didn't do well, but he did. Sure, I didn't raise $5,000, but all my other streams are doing great. That stream did good. Dude, I raised 4 goals of support in one stream, and then some. How can you say that it's bad unless you're actually stuck in the head and you actually believe anything? Because you just can't cope with the fact that I'm smarter than you. And I fucking fooled your ass for 7 months. And now I'm good. And you're in the same miserable fucking spot you've always been. Sitting there angry at the world that Dark Side Phil is successful and you're not. Me. So, to all of my actual positive viewers, to those who support me, through thick and thin, thank you so very, very much. This has been an absolutely amazing year, and let's keep it going. Let's keep that level of success going. Thank you. All right. Well, shout outs. We got Gumbercules, who just became a sub. Thank you to Gumbercules for the sub. It also looks like we have some tips to shout out. Someone did a $2 tip and says, you said Zomboid's not your style of game. I thought you liked survival and crafting games like Minecraft and Stardew, where you get to explore and get resources and craft a base and have to survive, especially because of the chat help and interaction. Literally no one was helping me when I played it. I could barely get the game to work because you couldn't read anything because the text was all glitched and fucked up and no one had a solution on how to fix it. The game is just not for me. If that game was polished, you could easily jump into it, learn things on the fly, then it would be free. It's not. You could tell that's the kind of game you probably need mods. You gotta work with fucking people to learn that mechanics and stuff. It's just not for me. And again, if you like it, that's fine. But I think the game sucks, and it's my prerogative to think it sucks. If you think it's good, then more power to you. I'm not gonna hate on you for liking the game. There's tons of games I like that people don't, and there's tons of games that I don't like that people do. It's all good, right? You be you and enjoy it, but I'm not playing it again. I really feel like that was a complete waste of my time during a marathon. Is kick your new positive audience that you got. What do you mean by that? No, what I'm saying is, due to what I did, the time that I spent branching out and doing that kind of crossover content, it allowed me to be viewed by the public at face value. Instead of just, oh, this guy's a piece of shit, don't like anything he's doing. Instead, I was like, let's give him a shot because people are working with him. And because of that, a lot of people started coming by and hanging out and enjoying my content. I made a lot of money and I was able to upgrade my setup, right? And ever since, things are going good. Like, no exaggeration, things have been much better for me ever since that thing. It was totally worth the whole, 7 months of basically nonsense, 7 months of toxic shit and lolcow crap, and now I'm out of it fully and I'm good. So that's what I mean. I'm not saying that there was one new wholly particular audience that came over. I'm saying that in general, that whole thing turned stuff around for me in a big way. And what's funny is, my fucking detractors are acknowledging that. They're actually saying, oh, you never hit your goals before. Yeah, but I'm hitting them every day now. My content's great. I'm loving what I'm doing. My actual positive audience loves what I'm doing. The support is forthcoming. So how am I the loser in this situation exactly? I'm at a loss. I'd love to hear how I'm much worse off now than before. Really. Oh, you see, and this is the point too. I'm going to say this too, okay? It doesn't matter what happens outside of the stream at all. Nothing that happens outside of this stream affects me. You understand that? Because someone tipped $2 and they're like, yeah, but the casino's doing well too. And good for them. Good for them. Yeah, I guess people really are ignorant. Because here's the deal. Because of the way that I did everything, okay, I won and they win. You have to understand something. This wasn't my attempt to bring them down. This wasn't my attempt to end the casino and close the casino permanently. I don't give two shits about them. At all. I don't care if they continue to be successful. I don't care if they're never successful again. That doesn't affect me in any way. I don't want to know anything about them. I don't give a shit. All I care about is what's happening right here, right now with us. That's it. So, because of the way that I did everything, I'm not affected whatsoever by anything at all. They literally could do entire specials on me and shows they make money. I don't care. Doesn't affect me, doesn't affect my audience. We just go on positively and ignore their nonsense just like I always have done and always will do. So it doesn't matter that they're successful. Good for them. I don't care. That, if anything, the way that I pulled this off. Oh, we've only got it. There you go. For a $5 contribution all month, you get to see a real turkey. There you go. Anyway, because of the way that I did things, okay? Absolutely everyone is winning. Did you notice that? Did you notice that and you see the difference between the way that I operate and the way that others operate? The way that others operate, it's kind of like, well, we get over, but when you don't, we step on you to get ahead. So as long as we're crushing you and you're failing, we're winning. Did you notice something with the way that I operate that everyone's doing well? You think that was by chance? I'm just saying, I think people are just really ignorant and dumb, and they want to believe what they want to believe. If you didn't notice, everyone right now is doing well. Me and everybody else. So nothing negative came out of anything that I was involved in if you didn't see. And it's because I did it that way. Because the way things were going, it was turning and it was going to be like, well, now we're bored of doing it this way. Let's step on Phil to get ahead. No. Now I leave, and now you do your thing, I do mine, and we're all good. And it was always planned like that since day one. But again, people want to believe what they want to believe because they can't think that Phil is actually smart or would have come up with this plan. Whatever. It doesn't matter to me if you believe me or not. I'm doing good. That's all that matters. Okay. Alex from Phoenix with that $5 Gobbler Super Chat. So yes, for a $5 tip, a $5 Super Chat, or 500 kicks, you'll get to see a nice turkey for Thanksgiving month. So Alex says, hi everyone, Phil, I'm glad you don't feel the need to lean into drama and loud cow shit. Other guys believe that they have no choice, it's sad. Yeah, but listen, here's the truth. Everyone is the master of their own destiny, okay? They are. Now, some people have it worse than others. Trust me, I know from experience, okay? The truth is, through hard work and dedication, you can be successful. The problem is I think a lot of people just give up. This should be frank with you. And I know some people will take this and be like, he's talking about this guy or that guy. I'm not talking about anyone in particular. But I think what it is some people get beaten down so bad by the internet that they just give up. They just reach a point where they're like, I can't do it anymore. I'm trying my hardest, I'm grinding my hardest, and nothing's coming of it, and I give up. So then they give in. So what do? You lean into the toxicity, you lean into the negativity, you turn yourself into a public spectacle of clownship to try to make ends meet because you don't think that making positive content will ever work for you. Well, I am the living, breathing example to show you that's not the case. That you can do the content you want, you can be the person you want to be, you can be non-toxic, and you can still be successful. You won't be as big as the toxic guy, but you won't have to step on anyone to get ahead. You just gotta tough it out. But, like I said, not everyone has that kind of grit, not everyone has that kind of mettle, not everyone has that kind of patience and determination. And I don't fault anyone who doesn't. I don't fault anyone who will be like, listen, the only way that I can ever do anything for myself or my family is to degrade myself. If that's really what you feel, I'm not gonna crap on you. Listen, everyone's different. For me, I refuse. I'm gonna do things my way and I'm gonna continue to be successful like I was on day one. And I'm gonna continue to move forward being successful and going up from here. Man. Okay. Now, thank you for this early support. Let's continue on. So, we talked about Halloween. So Halloween actually went well. As much as people want to say, oh no, it didn't. It went horribly for you and it went, no, you're retarded. Okay? Things have been going great around here. I'm hitting my goals. Support is forthcoming and great. Things are going good for me. And when we do a fun marathon, the fact that even people are showing up and supporting that extra is awesome. Because I'm not asking for it. I didn't come to the Halloween marathon saying we need to raise $1,250 today. I don't do that shit. I'm like, this is already the bonus. We're doing this as a celebration of you supporting me. So let's have fun. And then the fact that I actually hit multiple goals and stuff is just, it's extra. It's icing on the cake, as they say. And I appreciate it very, very much. I do. So thank you guys so much. I had a great time, all right, on Friday. 100% had a great time hanging out with all of you. I hope that you guys felt the same. The content's available on demand. Thank you guys so much. Someone said $2 is, when did you plan to leave? Was it always a specific moment? Some people are still talking drama. I've already explained this, but I'll summarize as quick as I can because I don't want to talk about this topic the whole fucking podcast. I have other things to discuss. The whole idea was work with them until we come to the logical stopping point. And when I say logical stopping point, it means basically there's no way that the two of us could work together and get mutual benefit anymore. Because at first there was mutual benefit. I was appearing on their show. We were doing content together. I was making out, they were making out, people enjoyed the crossover. And then what happened was after a period of months, I realized they actually had no power or clout whatsoever. I thought they did it first. They were like, oh, we're going to get you to do crossovers with Mudahar and with Mr. Medicare and all this. None of it ever happened. They literally had zero clout and power. All right, zero. They pretend like they do. They pretend like they know everyone. No one is working with them, okay, at all. So after several months of that, and I said, well, maybe forget that. Maybe we could do smart guys together. Maybe that will take off. That didn't really work. So after trying all these different things, I said, enough of this. Like, this is not working. So I was looking for my exit, and it just so happens that as I was looking for my exit, this is when they decided to try to start plotting against me and do dumb shit with appearing on other people's shows, and people just bring up Detractor shit. Like, this is the most boring, awful idea. Oh, yes, let's pretend like this guy is a super villain to me, and I'm the guy who's always attacked by the super villain, and we go back and forth and have our own lolcow universe. No, someone already did that. We're not going to do our own version of lolcow live in the LCU. This is stupid. Because that's what they wanted to do with me. I was like, this is the dumbest idea I've ever fucking heard. I'm not doing it. So, after that, I just left. I said that was it. And I kicked him off the show. I said, I'm done. And that was it. Like cold turkey, cut the cord, done. And I had the power to do that because I didn't get too deep. If I had gotten too deep, it would have been bad. But I didn't get too deep. I planned the whole fucking thing from the start like that. People don't want to interact with me because of my trolls. It has nothing to do with me. There's people who have outright had conversation with saying, we would love to do work with you, whether it be a show, an interview, a co-commentary, but we can't because your trolls will harass us. And we can't have that, We have enough of our own lives, our own shit going on. We can't now be sucked into this toxic vortex of your trolls. I understand that. It's not me, it's the fucking shitty people around me who latched onto me and have made a living to being toxic about me, and the fact that YouTube allows it and all that, there's nothing I can do about it. So, it is what it is. I do the best with what I can, stick it to myself or whatever. The reason that Jordy basically said, yeah, I'll do it is because he's in the same situation. You know what I'm saying? Yes. he's in exactly the same situation as me. So, to him, it's like, well, I can't get any worse. He's right. He's right. You know, the trolls are already harassing him. What are they going to do? Harass him? Oops, they already do. Right? No big deal. Man versus turkey. DSP eats up as much turkey as he can on Thanksgiving. Man, dude, I'm too old for that. If I were young, if I were in my 20s, I would do that kind of crazy shit. But, dude, I'm 43, and I'm just getting myself fit again. You know what I'm saying? I can't now put myself through, like, stupid, dangerous food shit. Not a good idea.